Well, studies are showing that the source of a lot of violence on Louisiana highways is road rage. We're speaking with the St. Thomas University criminologist about this. Dr. Debbie Goodman is joining us this morning for this conversation. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Sheba. If I may kindly take a moment to express my heartfelt and sincere condolences to any of our viewers who have family members who have lost their lives due to a violent crime. I would like to express my condolences. And even as we're about to begin the conversation, I just heard your report that there was a death this morning of a female victim, and the suspect is unknown at the moment. So thank you for allowing me to address this very important matter that is not just taking place in your city and state, but certainly across the country.
Definitely. Yes, there's so many in our community dealing with loss and this violence. So let's talk about interstate or road rage incidents. Here we have been dealing with a lot of interstate shootings. Kind of tell us, are most of those shootings we're learning or violence incidents tied to road rage, or is it something else?
Yes, well, let's start with the something else, and the something else is very critical for us to inform our audience members of, and that is data that we have most recently received from the CDC. Our Center for Disease Control has determined that we are seeing a 30% staggering increase in homicides from one calendar year to the next, 2019 to 2020. So that, for me as a criminologist, is alarming, astonishing. And we first start there, Sheba. Why? Because when we see such a dramatic uptick, now we look at the trickle effect. So hence, we're trickling into and the spillover, if you will, into areas such as, which we'll be talking about today, the road rage circumstances. We're seeing air rage. We're seeing violence in our schools and our workplace. So it is now becoming what I will determine is a violent crime surge.
Wow. And do we know why? Do we know what factors are causing more road rage incidents?
Yes, so we will certainly start with the pandemic. We understand the magnitude and the outreach of citizens who have gone through their own personal and professional loss. Again, that could be the loved one, the friend, the colleague, the neighbor. So we start there. But again, back to the trickle. How has it trickled into one's mindset? It has impacted and compromised individuals from a mental health standpoint. There are those who have certainly lost their places of employment. Now there is a concern about financials. So all of this is creating a heightened level of stress and strain for those individuals who are now at a higher, deeper level of agitation, anger, aggression. And this trickles, Sheba, into our roadways, whether it's our city streets, our highways, our turnpikes. And let's just, remind again, certainly our viewers of what this is legally. Road rage is that category of crime in which a motorist is driving in a manner that is dangerous, that is harmful, that is causing great harm and risk to others, and potentially could be fatal. So from a criminologist standpoint, these are serious matters, very serious crimes. These types of crimes could be anywhere from attempted murder, vehicular homicide, unlawful use of weapons, and penalties of which across the country minimally for these types of crimes could be anywhere from 20 years of incarceration to life to potentially death.
Sure.
So it's very important to get the bigger picture that unfortunately we are seeing such a dramatic increase in the homicide rates, and then this impacts other areas of our lives and lifestyles.
Yeah, it is terrible to see this alarming rise in road rage. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation about some of the reasoning behind it. We appreciate you being here, Dr. Goodman.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you, Sheba.
Thank you.